Hey, you're on.
Hi, this is Matt, aka the Honey Badger, and I'm here with Manimal, which is actually a cool thing because you have the Honey Badger and you have Manimal.
Yeah.
So we're here in Atlanta, Georgia, and these guys just ripped it up on stage as the opening band on day 3 of ProgPower USA. And guys, just quickly, if you want to introduce yourselves.
Alright, I'm Andre, the drummer.
Kenny, bass.
Samuel, the singer.
Henrik, the guitar player.
Excellent, welcome.
Thank you.
So first, how was that experience of being able to go out there and just, perform for the very first time in the US and open up the official festival? This was day 3, but this is the official festival. How did that feel being on stage? And
At first, it was really nervous for all of us, more or less, I think, because we've been building up, these expectations a whole year. When Glenn contacted us last year, it was in the summer, and so we've been building up all these expectations, and it all comes down to this, so you naturally get nervous. And so we always we were very nervous, but when once we were out there on the stage, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd was great.
yes, the crowd was very enthusiastic for you guys. They were clapping and
People telling us they come to just see us. I mean, we didn't expect.
That's a huge
We did not
compliment.
expect it. So it's great. It's really great.
And of course, we have to mention that the new album just coming out today on AFM Records, and it's Purgatorio.
Yes.
Which, for a Swedish band having the album named Purgatorio, how did that come about? Because it's more of almost sounds like a Spanish.
Italian, actually, yeah. It's from Dante's Inferno. We got a song from the last album, which was inspired by Dante's Inferno as well, and we went back there and picked this title for the whole album and for the title track, and it's Italian. It's Italian for Purgatorio.
Yeah.
And it's a very, I already listened to the album many times. I did a review for Lady Obscura, and I think it's a fantastic album. It's definitely a step up from the last album in terms of melodies, harmonies, and just overall catchiness, the title track especially.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, it's like a good old-fashioned heavy metal kick-ass album. Doesn't overstay its welcome by being like an hour and like over an hour. It's like the old school metal bands. 45 minutes, boom. Every song is heavy. Yeah, and it's like those classic albums of the 80s, like Judas Priest and stuff like that.
Well, here's the mastermind, I guess.
Well, there you go. Now, how did you determine that you wanted to focus more on the melodies and the harmonies? And have them, because it seems like compared to the last album, it's more like the songs are more concise and more just like focused on that old school vibe.
Yeah. Some songs is written when when I'm walking to my work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I'm singing. No. I do melodies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And those songs happens to be more melodic.
Yeah.
Like the title track.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when I sit playing guitar with my computer, and those those tracks happens to be more riff based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think the most parts of this record is done when I'm walking to my work.
Yeah, but also you're a big fan of the old school metal scene.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
And when you produced the album yourselves, you had an engineer, but you guys basically did all the production yourselves.
No, well, it was kind of mixed because we did the drums with Jacob Hardeman at Top Row Studios, and then I mixed the album. Mm-hmm. And we recorded separately, basically. He did the vocals in his studio, I did the bass in mine. we did guitars like mixed in yours and mine, and it was like, and then I mixed the album, and it was kind of self-produced.
We are basically control freaks, and I think it all comes down to that. So we like to have control of the whole production, and probably it would be cool to try involve a producer in the future, but at the same time we like to have that control, you know,
because all of a sudden they might want to like, we want to add an electronic element here, and you know,
exactly.
What?
That could make
Trust
cool.
me, trust me.
Eventually,
No.
No, it felt good, but at the same time it almost burned us out when it comes to this album production, because we were exhausted after the album was finished. It did burn Kenny out, actually. He has been pretty sick.
It was a hard time, seriously. I went into, I don't know what to call it in the USA. I hit the wall, you know.
Yeah,
it was a hard time.
Burnt out.
We were worried about
I'm
Kenny.
fine now. I'm very, very happy now. So
you look fine on stage.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
That's all that counts.
I had some rough months there, but it did get the perfect in the end. So
yeah, absolutely.
Happy,
The finished product speaks for itself. I mean, I personally would, highly recommend, people picking it up if you like that.
Yeah.
Old school Judas Priest, old school Queensryche, pre-Rageful Order. Like the Warning and the EP, there was like that kind of style, like the vocal style, when they were more of a metal band. But and I think you guys add a modern feel to it as well. But as far as, just the name Manimal, I think, what you had mentioned previously, it's like you have the man and the animal, and it comes out like this primal sound, and I think that comes across really well on the album. So it's something that I definitely would, for anybody that likes power metal and heavy metal in general, it's definitely an album you want to pick up, and it comes out today, as I said before.
Exactly.
But as far as the album cover, who designed that? Because it's a really striking album cover. It's the painting is beautiful on it. Who did that?
The idea was Andre. So
Okay.
I had a rough idea and a sketch, and we discussed it, and then we had our AFM give us a tip about Claudio Bergman. I've done a lot of cover art work, and so we emailed him and sent my sketch and said, do your thing.
Yeah.
So it went a few weeks, and then we got a response, and it was pretty cool. And then he said, well, I got to finish up some work now, but I'll be back in a week or two. Months passed by.
As usual.
And you're like,
Christmas came along, and I was like, hey man, because we were busy recording. How's it going? Yeah, soon I'm going to wrap this up. I'll talk to you after Christmas. And then eventually we found out that he was wrapping up the Judas Priest album. So it wasn't like
so you guys were
any
like,
band.
It was like, okay, you're second to Judas Priest, so I guess that
Fair
that's
enough,
okay.
So it was pretty cool. And then he just came back with this amazing artwork.
It is. It's a beautiful album cover.
And it's so perfect when you look at it in a vinyl, the old school.
Yeah, that old school metal.
Iron Maiden album.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
handmade, really nice craftsmanship, and then the fire, and then it's got everything, the monster and
yeah.
Yeah.
So, in conclusion, what's gonna happen in the future now that the album is out officially? You guys gonna do a tour like in Europe or?
We are discussing things.
Okay.
We need to follow up the album, of course, with the tour, and so nothing will happen more than that. When we get back home, we'll have a release party back home in Sweden for the album. But then after that, probably next year, there will be a tour. yeah, we are discussing some alternatives right now, so we don't know for sure what will happen, but something will happen for sure.
Yeah.
If it would be here in the US or in in Europe, or yeah, we can't say at this point, but yeah, we're discussing.
It's working on it, yeah.
Or two.
Yeah.
So I just want to let everybody know, pick up the new album from Manimal, Purgatorio. It is in stores now, or you can order it online. You can go to Amazon. You can go to iTunes,
Yes.
and just pick it up, because if you love, you know, old-fashioned heavy metal with like a modern feel, it's definitely something you're gonna want to listen to. But one more very important thing that you guys have to know is that catering has your food ready. So, in conclusion, thank you guys for sitting down with me, and
Thank you.
enjoy your stay in the U.S., enjoy the rest of the festival, and we'll talk soon.
Yes.
Cool. This is Matt with Lady Obscure, and stay metal.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Can't wait to